Hi again, everybody. Welcome to the second video tutorial for this week, week 6. In this one, I'm going to be pointing you in the direction of some different resources you have at your fingertips as far as research and writing help goes for FAS 201 and 202. So by this point, you should have your Milestone 2's rough draft completed and are possibly getting feedback from your instructor at this point, and you'll be working on your revisions and edits for the final paper. So some research and writing help if you need it. One of the most important go-to places is in your course menu for FAS 201 in Blackboard, and that's the Academic Support tab. When you click on that Academic Support tab over there in the course menu, this section comes up, and there's a lot of information in here. It links you to our learning community, of course, and as you scroll down, it links you to all kinds of other resources from the Online Writing Center at SNU to the Shapiro Library to additional resources for MLA help and research help and so forth. So this is always a good place to start. It's also an area in your Blackboard menu that your instructor might have added some additional resources to. So you might find some other materials in there, websites, tips, and reminders, and things that your individual instructor might add there as well. But even if they haven't, there's all kinds of stuff in here for everybody in any section of 201 and 202. Another place to look as far as specifically in terms of research, of course, is the Shapiro Library. So when you go into that Academic Support tab, that'll take you there, or you can get there through your My SNU main page. The Shapiro Library, of course, has on-call librarians and support 24 hours a day, 7 days a week. So they can help you get started with your research, or they can help you verify sources that you might already have, or any kind of questions you might have. And I wanted to point out an additional resource within the Shapiro Library. When you go on that main page in the library, you'll see a tab at the top called Research Guides. And when you click on that, you can see alphabetically in different areas and disciplines. There's one specifically for art history. So this is kind of a nice way to narrow down the huge database that's there in Shapiro Library and really focus on works, magazines, journals, books, texts, anything that specifically and directly relates to art history and the humanities. So it's a nice way to sort of dive in there. And you always know, of course, anything you find through Shapiro Library is going to be a good, reputable, credible research source. So it's always a better bet to start with something like Shapiro Library or its research guides than to just go straight to Google, because you can never tell for sure what's out there as far as research. So Shapiro and its research guides are an excellent place to start, of course. Additional research and writing help, if you go to the learning community for exploring the humanities, this is the main page here. You look for a little section down here called Files. It's a tiny little section on the page, but I'm sort of pointing an arrow to it here. If you click on that Files tab, what you'll open up is what you see here in the image. What I've put in our learning community are lots of different folders with all kinds of help and support. So there's general questions and tips and information in there as well, but there's also this one folder called Research and Writing Help. When you click on that one, you'll see all kinds of additional resources there. So I've got a PDF file in there with some other websites and sources that can help you with research, reminders about how to cite MindEdge using MLA, additional links to the library and the Online Writing Center, reminders about not using Wikipedia. That's not a reliable, credible research source, and the document in there explains why. Then there's also a learning community page for the Online Writing Center. You can find, of course, the Online Writing Center through the Academic Support tab in your course menu. That'll take you right there. And once you're in there, you can click on any of the sections here and get assistance from the Writing Center. You can submit drafts of your paper to get feedback. You can even let them know when you submit your draft if you've got a particular area you'd like them to help you with. And then their Online Writing Center's Learning Community. If you go to our Learning Community page and then click right here on View All Learning Communities, it'll bring you to a page that lists all the learning communities that SNU offers. And the Writing Center, the Online Writing Center, is listed right up there at the top. And once you go into it, It looks like this. Looks a lot like our page. And then within the Online Writing Center's learning community, there's a great little section called Practice Skills. And this is sort of an ungraded, just for your own reference kind of exercises and quizzes and steps to help you practice MLA. So when you click on that Practice Your Skills tab, it takes you to this page here where you can enroll, and it's this great free resource to help you practice your skills. So all kinds of support out there as far as research, writing, MLA, and everything. And then, of course, don't hesitate to reach out to your instructor or post questions as you have them on the Learning Community website.